Hazak Baruch, and welcome back, David. Hazak Baruch, so good to have you. What a nice surprise, and we're looking forward to spending the couple of days that you are with us, B'ezrat Hashem, together. So we are continuing in Siman Rish Nun Zayin, the laws of Hatmana and insulating on Shabbat. So Seif Vav tells us, Mutar lahatmin b'Shabbat davar tzonen, b'davar she'eno mosif hevel. So something, let's say, that's cold, because the whole concept of the issue with insulating is that if I'm insulating this thing that's hot, that I want to keep the heat in, and I find it's not insulating correctly, I might come and stoke the fire, I might raise the fire, and there's an issue. So you're not supposed to insulate. Now, if we learned that if you insulate with something that's eno mosif hevel, like let's say blanket, something that doesn't increase heat but just keeps the heat, then that's okay from Erev Shabbat, if you do it on Erev Shabbat. Now, on Shabbat itself, you're allowed to take, let's say, a blanket and put it over something that's cold in order for the item to warm up a little bit, or for the item not to get so cold. And that is, but something specifically that's eno mosif hevel, like a blanket, as opposed to something that will actually increase the heat. So this could be for a cold baby bottle, a cold water bottle that you want to get a little bit warm. So you could wrap it in a blanket and a towel until it gets a little bit warmer. You're allowed to do that, and you're allowed to do that all the way up to yad soledet, that up to the point of a burning point. Now, you usually won't get to that burning point. Maybe if you keep it in the sun or something like that. But up to the point of that, it's actually that your hand could go away from it. You could warm up with the blanket. Again, I don't know if it'll get to that heat, but all the way up to that, one could do, starting with something that's cold. Also here, let's say you take something that's cold out of the fridge and you want to put it on the hot plate. So this is actually more we're going to talk about this tomorrow, where there's the fire source there. But what's brought down here is that you shouldn't wrap it fully. Let's say you take a piece of foil paper cut before Shabbat. I take whatever is cold, I want to wrap it and then put it on the hot plate. Now that I'm wrapping it, is that maybe hatmana? I'm insulating also something metal that could be mosif hevel, that could be adding. So to leave it a little bit open is the ideal way. The next halakha in Shulchan Aruch, kolecha de asrin hatmana. I'll say this one outside. Is that hatmana we mentioned is asur even if it's fully cooked, and even if it's called mitztamek veralo, like if it keeps on getting hotter, it's just going to get worse and worse. But the Rama brings here a halakha that we talked about in the laws of shihui, which is shehiyah, which is a person that puts, let's say, davar chai, something that's raw, before Shabbat. Let's say you put it in your crock pot. So we discussed that really you don't need to even cover the knobs. You don't need to, back in the day, to cover the coals, because I'm not going to pay attention to it, because I know it's going to only take all night to cook till the morning. So with regards to hatmana, the Rama, Ashkenazim, say that even something that's raw, you could do hatmana with, you could insulate, because again, your mind is not, you're not going to stoke the fire, because you know it's going to take all the way till the morning. So do we use this or not? Rav Yosef says we use this only when there's another thing, another reason to be lenient. Then together with this, you could be lenient, but not this on its own. Okay, that's that for today's halachot. Again, Baruch Haba, David, and Minichat tonight is at 4:45. Have a good day, everyone. Tana Develia.